Oh boy, what's going on, people? Triple M back again with another video, and today we're going to be talking about Manchester City as they have been officially charged by the Premier League for breaking a number of alleged Premier League rules. Now, we're going to go through a thread by Ben Jacobs and basically break this down because this is breaking news, so I haven't even had time to process this. Manchester City have been charged by the Premier League for breaking a number of, alleged rules in the Premier League rulebook, and the Premier League confirms in an official statement that Manchester City have been referred to an independent commission. He then goes on to say that the charges are extensive and varied, and they cover between a period of 2009 to 2018. So from the 2009 season to the 2018 season is where these alleged rule breaches have occurred. The first thing that they're investigating is the breaches of manager remuneration. So in other words, payment of their managerial staff. I imagine that includes coaches as well as the head coach and the manager of the football club between the year 2009 and 2012. I want to say their manager around that time was Pellegrini. I'm not 100% sure though. The next thing is player remuneration between the year 2010 and 2015, which is separate from the managerial issue. We're now talking about players' wages and what players are being paid in terms of bonuses and stuff like that. Apparently, Manchester City breached the rules in terms of that aspect. Then he goes on to say that the Premier League also lists a range of FFP compliance issues from the season 2018/14 to the season 2017/18. That's when Manchester City, I believe, smashed the Premier League record and became the Centurions and became essentially one of the greatest Premier League teams of all time. And now that is being brought into disrepute because of these alleged rule breaks by Manchester City. He then goes on to say that the commissions are completely independent of the Premier League and the members clubs within the Premier League. So the members of the commission are appointed by an independent chair of the Premier League, and the process will be completely unbiased. There are over 100 charges in total towards Manchester City and a range of possible punishments. This is huge. Now, obviously, the legal processes have not been carried out yet, but Manchester City have been charged, so this is the first step. And whether or not Manchester City are actually guilty or not, we'll just have to wait and see. But many in the footballing world have speculated for a long time that Manchester City are a bit of a dodgy club. And I, for one, have never really entertained that because for me, I don't like to live in the world of speculation. And I also don't own a tinfoil hat, so I'm not really a conspiracy theorist, right? I don't really like to explore the dark side of football and the money side of football because I feel like a lot of it is just speculation and rumors, and there's no hard evidence, and you never really see big clubs actually get punished, apart from, in Italy with what's happened with Juventus recently, right? And so for me, it's not really something I've entertained. On top of that, as a Manchester United fan, I'm not afraid to say this. I have a lot of respect for Manchester City. I obviously don't like them because they're our rivals, but that doesn't mean I don't respect them and what they've done. In fact, I tweeted a few weeks ago that Pep Guardiola, if he wasn't manager of Manchester City, would be my favorite manager in world football because I love his relentless attention to detail. I love his perfectionism. I love his drive and his insatiable, relentless obsession with winning. It's just something that I think is so infectious and is just so beautiful to watch. And the football that Manchester City play is my personal favorite brand of football. That's what I love to see. That's why I love watching Spain on the international stage. Even though they're not successful in recent times, I'm a big fan of Tik Tok football. I'm a big fan of indirect style of football. I'm not really a huge fan of crosses, of being direct and being extremely, wide in the way that you play and relying on the wings, relying on fullbacks bombing forward and whipping crosses in. That's not really my style. I love the more indirect, work the ball into the box and score the sweaty tap-in goals. But anyways, that's by the by. The point is, I respect Manchester City a lot. So these things are not really things that I've entertained. I've always just said, you know what? This is football, right? The issue isn't Manchester City. It isn't Chelsea. It isn't PSG. It isn't these clubs specifically. It's the issues with UEFA and FIFA and the governing bodies and the footballing powers who have the authority over the financial limitations that every team has. And I think those organizations are the real corrupt organizations. They are the real problem. They are the real reason that football is so full of money laundering and so much shady nonsense, right? That's always been my opinion. And so I've never blamed the club. I've never been the type of fan to say, oh, Manchester City are ruining football, Chelsea are ruining football. However, if Manchester City are found guilty of this, then my opinions will change dramatically if they're found guilty. let me know what you think in the comments down below. This is, yeah, I wasn't expecting to make this video, so obviously it's not really that edited. And yeah, man, I just, this news literally just broke, like literally 20 minutes ago. This is massive. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Leave a like on the video if you want to support the channel. And let me know what you think in the comments down below. Peace.